Hi there. We are back with this CS-BG-16, Custom Shop Bluegrass-16. And if you recall what we were going to do with this guitar, is I was going to show you the difference between a short saddle and a long saddle. Last time we looked at this guitar, I had just converted it from a short saddle guitar to a long saddle, and I knew I was going to reset the neck on it. When I reset the neck, it was going to get a taller saddle. So I wanted to show you the difference between a short saddle, meaning height, short saddle out of the bridge, to a taller saddle out of the bridge. The action on this guitar, I reset the neck on the guitar, and the action on it now is actually lower than it was previously. So it's going to have a low action, taller saddle. Taller. We're going to compare how it sounds now to the previous clip of it when it had a shorter saddle, and then we're also going to recompare it to the LSV, which was going to be our standard. The LSV is sitting over there. It's had 0 changes to it, so you get to compare it on the same day. In other words, when I recorded the original clip of this guitar, that was 2 weeks ago. You know, the humidity was different. I was different. I'm 2 weeks older now. I'm much more mature, wiser. That's going to make a difference in my playing. But so it's a little tricky comparing this guitar to what it was previously, but we're going to do it anyways because we're like that. But when we compare it to LSV, it's fresh. Both of them completely recorded right here, right now. Okay? This guitar also has an awesome Holter pickguard on it. And I was able to, of course, save the other pickguard. So we'll take bids on that Dalmatian puke pickguard if anyone wants to make a bid on it and if the owner wants to sell it. And Taylor Mullins, who runs Holter, sent me some extra blanks. He said, "Thank you for your support. Here's some extra blank." Oh, man. Dude, they are awesome pickguards. I know he gets the same material I do. You know, it's all the same. I get the same stuff. But he really does an outstanding job on this. Now, this is also a little bit, here's a trick, okay? This is also just a little bit thicker. You know, you can get thin pickguards and you can get slightly thicker pickguards. The slightly thicker ones are always going to have more color depth to them. And I found that out a long time ago when I had a 1992 Collings Clarence White. And I've said before, I am a fan of the dark pickguard look on these Tony Rice Clarence White look-alike guitars. I don't like the Dalmatian tortoiseshell thing on it. I like the dark one. So I wanted a dark pickguard on my Collings Clarence White. And Mike Nyhan of String Pull Guitars, I used to be in contact with him, and he's dropped off the radar a lot. Anyway, I'm not going to get into too many stories on this. Mike sent me one time a Clarence White tribute Telecaster that was made so close to Clarence's original guitar. It had double body, double thick body. It had the stickers, and that was my first experience with a string pull B-bender guitar, and I did not appreciate it. And I have kicked myself so many times for not keeping that guitar. It was $1,500, and I sent it back to him because it wasn't jiving with me. It wasn't what I wanted at the time. Now, yeah. Like I said, I'm older and wiser now. Okay, let's play this guitar. See what we got here. These are the exact same strings. The only thing that's changed is it's got a neck reset, which gave it a taller bone saddle. The saddle is 1/30,000th of an inch out of the bridge, and previously it was like 95. The action right now is, looks like it may have come up just a hair, but it was 93,000ths of an inch. Yeah, it's probably about 95 right now. And previously it was like 110. So a little bit lower action, quite a bit taller saddle, same exact string, same pins, different pickguard. I bet that pickguard's going to make a difference. All right, here we go. Well, there you go. Tell me what you think about that. I'd like to talk about this CS-BG-16 a little bit. I got this sent to me because I had mentioned about the LSV. I said, man, I like these LSVs a lot. I would really like to hear one in a hot rosewood, Guatemalan, Amazon, Madagascar, something besides Indian rosewood. And I actually was barely aware of this. I'd heard about them a little bit, but I made the mistake a lot of people do, probably. I saw the 16 and I thought it was a 16 series guitar. Martin did the an HD-16, I believe it is, and it had a red spruce top on it, on a 16. And those are pretty cool, you know, but I thought this was a 16. I didn't understand that this is a top-notch guitar. So, you know, that's Guatemalan rosewood, and this stuff is nice. I think this is probably one of the best modern Martin dreadnoughts I have ever played. This guitar just hits all the buttons for me. It's got the bound neck. It's got the large sound hole. It's got the golden era authentic style bracing in it, where the X is scalloped all the way across, unlike an HD where the scalloping starts about 1.5 inches away from the X. This one had a short saddle on it, and I was told that that's to keep it from competing with the authentic series. Well, we took care of that. We put the long saddle in it. But then it's got open back tuners, Adirondack spruce top. You know, it had the tall back braces on it, which is something I took care of, and it's got a popsicle brace in it, which is still there. And probably that's the next step, is go ahead and take that out. It'll give it more treble, but what it'll do is it'll sweeten the treble. It's not going to give it more treble per se, but it'll make the trebles fuller, a little bit more airier. But this guitar has a fantastic neck on it. I'm told this is the Modern Player low profile neck or something. It's got some fancy name on it, marketing name. But see, I don't keep up with the marketing that much because, you know, marketing is marketing. But in my hands, this is a 1 3/4 inch neck. It's considerably slimmer than the LSV. I think that's one issue people have with the LSV. It's got a pretty chunky neck. I've measured it before, and it's a pretty chunky neck. And in fact, the last one I measured a long time ago was actually fatter right here in the first 2 frets than it was up in here. So it kind of came out like this, just a little, you know, like 10-15 thousandths of an inch. But this one is slim. It has an incredibly good taper on it. It's got almost an even taper, and it does get a little bit fatter, but it is a wonderful taper, and it feels almost the same here as it does here. And so you're moving up the neck, and it just feels the same no matter where you are on the neck. I swear, it feels like it's got a little bit of a flatter radius, but my experience is that a thinner neck is going to make it feel that way a little bit. Thinner neck, your hands are different. You're here, and it feels flat. I like it that way. I like flatter radiuses more than like a 12-inch radius on a guitar. I don't like those too much. I like a flatter, like a 16-inch radius, sometimes even down to a 20-inch radius. And this guitar has that feel to it to me. It's just awesome, and it's got the clarity, the treble punch. It's got the bass, but the bass, of course, is influenced by the trebles, so it's a clear, punchy bass. And this is just an outstanding modern Martin dreadnought. In my humble opinion, this is the best modern Martin dreadnought, Martin D-28 dreadnought that I've played. I like that 37 authentic, and I like the 39 authentic that's over here. I like the necks on those. I like the sound of those a lot. The 41 authentic has got a great sound, but the neck is just a little too skinny for me. I prefer 70s necks over that. And that's just a smile, you know, detraction. I can live with it easy. But this neck is really good. And so the neck is so good. I love white binding. And one thing we're going to do next is we're going to go ahead and replace these Waverleys with Ivory button Waverleys. And to me, that's really going to push it over the edge as far as the looks go, because those white buttons really go good with the white binding and the white binding here. My number one Prue has white binding all the way around it, and it has white Ivories. And it's just a small thing. You know, they weigh a little bit less, you know, so that's one thing. But they look really good. I like the way they look with the white Ivory. It's classy look. So this dark pickguard is just killer. You know, we added that. So I really, really like this guitar. Now that it's had the reset on it, I've got some room on the saddle to move up and down either way. The action's really comfortable right now. And like I said, I think it was about 90 it looks like it might have come up a little bit, but I got to put the caliper, I got to put the feeler gauges to be sure. I'm not positive. Having a 1 3/4 inch neck fools me. And I just recorded that 70s D-28 a minute ago that had that super slinky action on it. So this one's just a tad higher. It's just still very, very comfortable to play. I played this guitar for about an hour the other night, and it's just phenomenally good guitar. So this is a sleeper. And they're not that expensive. I mean, they're expensive, but they're not as expensive as a D-28 37 aged authentic, which I still don't like the neck. I like the necks better on the aged authentics than I did the original ones, but this neck here, we are absolutely done. And the neck was set really good on it. I took 16 thousandths of an inch or so. I had a video that was showing how I calculated all that, and I nailed it right on the nose. So it's just so good now. So let's play a little bit more on it. Oh, sounds good. Throw a capo on it. Capos will change the tone a little bit. You add a little bit of mass to the neck and you introduce this inherent brightness of the capo, stuff like that. So. Beast. gets at my ears. It's just so precise noted. What a beast. This is very, very precise notes. One thing that the large sound hole does, I think, is it reduces the bloom inside the guitar. It reduces the constipation sort of sound, and those notes just come out whoop immediately like little bullets. And there's no I'm trying to think of my word here. There's not as much reverb on this going on. And the sound is just out of the sound hole right there. It's so clear, so crisp, and your mistakes show up. But it also gives you that sound, you know, that sound. So, gosh, what a great guitar. Beast. Well, I don't know. Let me know if you hear the difference. I can't tell the difference between the taller saddle or not right now because it's been so long since I heard it. I can tell you it sounds phenomenal right now. And the actions are a lot lower, so it just plays better for me. And I have the height adjustment. So I don't even care if it sounds different. But some people think that a taller saddle just got to work better. I don't think so. I think I like a lower saddle better because I feel like it lets the top breathe a little bit more. And this saddle is still not tall. This saddle is perfect as far as I'm concerned. A taller saddle would be, another 30, 40 thousandths of an inch, and it would be too tall. I don't like that. I feel like this is just, this setup is just perfect right now. We're going to do the popsicle bass. And then we are done with this guitar. What a phenomenal guitar, though. I have zero complaints about this thing at all. It is so clear. I already played that. All right, we're done.